Welcome to another History Creators Quickie Training module. In this training, I'll be exploring the media framework of the author platform pyramid and how you can use it to amplify your messages. The media framework is important as this is where the work you've put into building the foundations and systems for your author platform becomes tangible. You are now ready to start effectively communicating to the three fan bases you have already identified. Just to recap, they are, firstly, your existing fan base. Secondly, your book buyers' fan base. And thirdly, influencers' fan bases. Hi, I'm Ian Bosler. I started Intertype Publish and Print back in 2004. Since then, I've been on a mission to disrupt the traditional publishing industry and remove all the BS content creators must put up with. These quickie training modules will help you build the solid foundations needed to deliver a successful publishing project. In previous episodes of Saturday Secrets, I explored using the marketing pyramid approach to building your author platform. To recap, the marketing pyramid consists of three frameworks. Firstly, we have the foundational framework. Secondly, we have the systems framework. And finally, we have the media framework. In this episode, I'll be diving into the media framework. The three elements that make up the media framework are mail, secondly, publicity, and finally, events. The 7 pillars of marketing communications. The number 7 features heavily in the world of professional marketers. As an author, you don't need to dive into why or even where it features. Just accept that it denotes that you need to communicate in many and varied ways in order to optimize your marketing effectiveness. In regards to the concept of 7 pillars, as an author, you need to look to develop 7 different channels to get your messages to your potential readers. There are many factors beyond your control that can render any one of your channels immediately ineffective. Hence the need for multiple channels. For example, I'm writing this during the COVID-19 lockdowns. If your only media channel was book signings, then your income would have dried up overnight. You may find the thought of identifying and developing 7 channels to be rather daunting, but it doesn't have to be. The best way to progress this is to look at the short, medium, and long term. By taking a strategic approach, you will identify the potential channels that suit your target audiences and build on any established channels that you already have. By taking a little time to identify these, you will build a communications plan in no time. In the short term, you only need to start with one channel. In best practice marketing, you'll always start with only one channel. Get that working and only then move on to developing your second channel. Again, get the second channel working and then move on to your third, etc. The big issue is always working out which channel to start with. The fastest and easiest way is to work on a channel you already have established. But there is a proviso here, and that is this channel must help you connect with your target audience and avatar. If it doesn't, it will be a total waste of time. You should now review your foundation framework. In earlier episodes, I explored the 3 key elements of the foundation framework of goals, your target market, and your avatar. It's time to dust these off and review them. If you haven't already done this, write down the goals for your book, your target market, and your avatar. Pin them to your notice board. Set them up as a screensaver. Put them in multiple places where you'll see them several times a day. You need to ingrain them into your subconscious mind. Doing this will help ensure that every marketing message aligns with your goals and talks directly to your ideal reader. Failing to do this will result in your messages being considered marketing noise and will seriously weaken your brand. Your messages must have a purpose. Every day, each of us are bombarded with over 3,000 marketing messages, the overwhelming majority of which are irrelevant. Our subconscious mind helps us to retain some sort of sanity by creating filters that block out irrelevant messages so only a small handful get through. Our subconscious is so good at creating filters that it can be hard for our messages to break through if it considers your brand as being a source of noise. To help get past your target audience's subconscious filters, you need to ensure every message has a clear purpose. It needs to talk directly to your avatar. It needs to be consistent with your brand. And it also needs to give clear instructions on what to do next. You need to tell them what to do. As an author, chances are that you will never have a big brand marketing budget, the likes of which the marketers at Coca-Cola deal with every day. Observing how big brands market is an interesting learning experience. However, you shouldn't model your marketing messages on their techniques. Their marketing is generally designed to build brand awareness as they are looking for long-term results. You need to aim for short-term gains, so leave brand awareness to the big brands. One of the most obvious differences in communications is that you need your audience to take immediate action. This is simply achieved by ensuring your communication have a clear call to action. In other words, you must tell them what to do. You will notice these types of instructions in your everyday life. For example, buy now, click here, register now, share, like, comment, etc. Now, there are top 3 marketing channels clusters that authors need to consider. In coming episodes, I'll be exploring each of the top 3 media channel clusters that authors should focus on. Within each of these clusters, there is an enormous range of channel options. However, I'll be providing you with a sound starting point by explaining the range of options that are most appropriate for authors. From my experience, most successful authors develop communication channels across all 3 clusters. Okay. The first cluster is mail. And here we talk about email, direct mail, ride-along mail, even SMS. This is the first cluster authors should look to develop. With the systems framework in place, it will be fast and easy to move forward with email marketing. And in the next episode, I'll be explaining some simple, low-cost direct and ride-along mail techniques you can quickly deploy. The second cluster is publicity. This encompasses mainstream and niche media outlets, social media, paid media. Social media is another fast and low-cost marketing channel that should be in every author's toolkit. Paid media is fast, but it can be expensive, while accessing mainstream media outlets with PR campaigns can give you enormous reach. The third cluster involves events. These sorts of events include book signings, live events, speaking from stage, market stalls, etc., and now virtual events. Done correctly, events can get you in front of your target market and are a great tactic to leverage your book into higher level product sales. They are especially useful for coaches and consultants, and they can also help you access your influencers' bases. Now, the key takeaways for building a media framework are, firstly, take your time to build your 7 pillars of communication. Secondly, review your foundational framework and put them where you can see them easily. Thirdly, only ever talk directly to your ideal avatar. And finally, tell your audience what you want them to do. I know building an author platform can seem daunting, but it does not have to be. In coming episodes, I'll be exploring the simple, no BS and low-cost approach to building a solid platform that you can leverage for many years to come. Finally, I want to leave you with one piece of advice. Building a well thought out and robust media framework is where you, as an author, will start to generate sustainable income. It's also the danger time for you, as your subconscious will start to let marketing messages through that can do you more harm than good. The marketing world is full of scammers, snake oil salespeople, and those out to make a quick buck. Don't rush out and invest in the latest and greatest marketing tactic peddled by the 2-minute gurus that your subconscious is now letting you see in your social feeds and email inboxes. Rather, stay the course. Get the strategy right. Do the basics well, and you will succeed.